Hello, Saints. I'm responding to some emails I got from viewers and subscribers, and they asked me if I honestly believe that Trump is going to win or if Obama's going to stay in office. Reference the archives that I have where I told you I believe Obama's trying to delay the elections or stop it or cancel it altogether, and that he wants to stay in office. And then I also told y'all that he is going to be the last president. Now, whether that is if he decides to stay in office, not that he decides, let me correct that, whether he stays in office or somebody else comes in his place that's worse than he is. Now, first and foremost, these are questions you need to be directing to Jesus Christ personally, and not me, because the Lord knows what's going on. I receive messages, and as I receive them, I relay them to you all. I could give you my opinion, okay? I'm going to give you both, what the Lord had told me and my opinion. And again, you always test the spirits, and you take this to Jesus in prayer. Now, as far as if Obama's going to stay in office, I did have dreams where he was trying to cancel the elections and even go as far as suspending the Congress. To do something like that, a catastrophe has to happen, a bad, really bad one, a natural disaster. We have to be in a major war. Now, you all know we are in World War III, and Obama could simply just use that as an excuse to suspend the elections and to basically declare himself a king, because this man is that close to doing it. That's one option that could happen. And if he suspends the elections, in my opinion, I believe that the American people are going to rise up, because most of the American folks absolutely hate Obama. I've had dreams where Obama was trying to suspend the elections. Not only that, he was going as far as trying to get rid of Congress. Is he doing that now? And I asked the Father that. He's trying to do that now. He is trying to suspend the elections. He is trying to suspend the Constitution of the United States. He is trying to suspend Congress. He's trying. I prayed to Jesus about it, and according to what the Lord had told me, this is one of the worst elections in history. If Obama leaves office, there will be, when I say he's the last president, like I said, either Obama will stay in office and he will get worse than what he is now, meaning he's going to be he's already a dictator now, but he's going to be a full-fledged dictator, meaning he will put executive orders out to suspend Congress, suspend the Constitution of the United States, and just to have himself ruling. You all know that he's always attacking the Constitution. You know that. That's not old news, and it's evident with all these executive laws that he's putting in place. One of the executive laws being attacking our gun rights. I already told you about freedom of religion. How he said he's going to try to make it, he's in the works of making it a hate crime to attack Islam, because you know he's a Muslim. You can't protest peacefully and assemble together on federal property because it's a felony and it'll give you 10 years. That's direct violation of the Constitution. With the TPP deal in place, you're going to have to research that on your own. One of the things it does, and I'm noticing the differences now, is that it censors what you say in terms of your freedom of speech. Depending on what you say, they can consider it a hate crime. If you attack Islam, in some states now, it's considered a hate crime, even though you're expressing your opinion. And those that are saying that Islam is violent, that's a fact, even though you're expressing facts. If it was the flip side, Christianity, oh, you wouldn't even hear a peep out of anyone. Our religious rights are being infringed on. Constitution says you have a right to free worship. Christians' rights are being attacked daily. They're being persecuted as the Lord Jesus Christ prophesied. So that's another evidence of our constitutional rights. Gun control is being attacked. Your right to due process, fair trial, is being attacked. There are people that are being detained without probable cause, without any reason. They're just being detained. Obama put out a law that can happen, that they can detain you for an indefinite amount of time without any reason, and even if you don't have a criminal record. So that attacks your constitutional right for a fair trial by jury, if applicable. So that's evidence right there. All these executive orders he's putting out. So Lord Jesus told me he is trying, not the Lord Jesus, Obama is trying to suspend Congress, to suspend the Constitution, and to stop the elections. He's trying. Okay? So if Obama succeeds, he's ultimately going to be a dictator, thereby making him the last president the United States has ever and ever will see. The other flip side, if Obama leaves office, a person worse than him will be placed in office. Again, thereby making Obama the last president, because the next person that steps in place will pick up where Obama left off, and they will aim to do what Obama's doing. They're going to want to stop Congress, suspend Congress, suspend the Constitution, and any future elections. That's what they're going to want to do. And they're going to put executive orders in place to do just that. Is this good news? No, it's not. In my opinion, I believe Obama is trying to suspend the elections. I mean, he's done a number of treasonous acts. Technically, he should have been impeached, out of office, in jail, behind bars, a long time ago. But I don't know what's up Congress is behind. They're not doing anything. They're letting this man get away with treasonous act after treasonous act. We are in World War III. You guys know that. If you guys are keeping up with the news, not mainstream, I mean non-mainstream media news, you're going to see that tensions are heating up in the Baltics. The NATO is building up their forces. So is Russia, and China, and Iran. And Russia and China and Iran are also building up forces in the South China Sea, where the dispute over the islands are taking place. And so is the United States. So World War III is escalating. All Obama needs at this point, if he wanted to use World War III as the excuse, according to the Constitution, if we are in a major war, worse than the World War III, worse than what it is now. So if World War III, let's say, escalates to biblical proportions, all Obama needs is for that to happen in order to suspend the elections, in order to stop the elections. And he can even go as far as stripping Congress, and also stripping the Constitution and all of our rights with it. That's all he needs. If he does that, the American people are going to rise up, and we're going to be looking at a second civil war. You know why I tell you this? Because the Constitution says that if the government oversteps its boundaries and they become tyrannical and they try to rule over the people, step over their rights, that the people should rise up. That's in the Constitution. Okay? Is this going to happen? I don't know. We're just going to have to see how the next 5 months are going to play out. But I'm telling you this. Either way how this plays out, the next person in the White House is going to be worse than Obama. Okay? That's why that dream I told you about Trump. Okay? That was this parable the Lord was speaking to me about. He didn't tell me who's going to be in the White House. That dream meant that, and look in my archives and you'll see it, that dream meant that either Obama is going to stay in office, or and be worse off than what he is now, basically making himself a full-fledged dictator, or Trump will win the presidency, or somebody like Trump will win the presidency. And Trump or somebody like Trump is worse than Obama. Now, at this point, the two candidates that have been nominated for the presidency, Hillary Clinton for the Democrats and Trump for the Republicans. So what does that tell you? That basically tells you that either Obama's going to stay in office or Trump's going to straight up win, because everybody hates Hillary. A lot of people love Trump. They love him. This man, I already told y'all, he's a businessman. It's his living to sell. And he's selling y'all a good game, and y'all are falling for it. And I'm not even going to go there. Not even going to deviate to that topic. All I'm telling you people is that this country is in serious danger, in serious trouble. These elections are the worst I've ever seen it. I mean, they were at each other's throats. They were fighting. They were coming out with dirt on each other like demons would. Jesus told me that this election was going to be by far the worst in history, because this is a sign of the times that Jesus is coming. Now, if you hear people saying, oh, well, the Lord told me Trump's going to be president, don't listen to them. I'm not going to sit here and boldly proclaim that Trump is going to be the next president, or Obama is going to stay in office. I'm telling you what are the two outcomes. Now, Jesus Christ knows the final answer. He didn't tell me the final answer. He just told me what the possibilities that these paths can take. But he didn't tell me what the final answer is, because that's pivotal in biblical prophecy. Let me tell you something. It's not looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Either way, excuse my French, but this country's screwed. In so much trouble for turning their back on God. For turning their back on God. Look what's going on around you. The war's escalating. Rumors of wars. I mean, I had a dream last night that I saw a bunch of people screaming and running. And then there was like a newspaper on the ground. I was showing an aerial view of it, saying that the southwestern part of the United States was occupied. In other words, the United States was invaded. I'm not trying to scare you people, but you know the Bible prophesies Babylon is going to be destroyed, and the Lord's stirring up another foreign spirit of war to bring against the United States. In other words, the United States will in fact be invaded. It's in God's appointed time, but it's going to happen. We are living in the last days. If you look at the book of John, it says when there will be an antichrist, but there will be many antichrists. And when you see this, you know we're in the last days. You know that there's many antichrist spirits and false Christs now more than ever before. That's confirmation we're in the last days. Plus the sign of the times. Plus wars and rumors of wars. The Antichrist himself has not come on the scene yet, but he will. And the only one that knows who that is, it's not you, it's not any person proclaiming it's Obama or whoever. It is Jesus Christ. Because to make a long story short, I already told y'all, the Antichrist is going to be love. Look at Revelation chapter 13, 2 Thessalonians chapter 12, I believe it is, right? 2 Thessalonians chapter 12.
Chapter 2.
Verses 2 to 12. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 2 to 12, I believe it is. Remember?
Yeah.
I shared that yesterday. Look at also Revelation, like I said, chapter 13. Look at the book of John. Look. The Antichrist is going to be loved by everybody. Obama is hated. So I don't believe Obama is the Antichrist, and I'm not going to boldly proclaim it. And those that boldly proclaim it, if Obama ends up leaving office and he indeed turns out not to be the Antichrist, you're going to look stupid. That's why I don't say if it's him or not, because I don't know. Only Jesus does. All I'm saying is with everything that's going on, it's not looking good. This election is the worst I've ever seen. Jesus is right. It's going to get worse over the next course of the 5 months. So all I can say is stay as close to Jesus as you can. let's see what happens over these next 5 months and see how it plays out. But I know that there's a dark cloud brewing over the United States, ladies and gentlemen, and it's just getting worse.